Forget all you know about the outgoing model with the same name because the new Renault Twingo is a new take on the city car segment. Unlike new arrivals from Citroën C1, Peugeot 108 and Toyota Aygo, as well as the established Citigo MIP trio from the Volkswagen Group, the new Twingo is only available as a 5-door hatchback, with its engine located under the boot floor driving the rear wheels. Why rear-engined? Those enthusiasts hoping this will immediately be a recipe for an exceptionally fun-to-drive and playful alternative in the segment may have to dampen their hopes. Yes, it does offer greater agility than others in this class, but first and foremost the Twingo is a city car that's been designed for people who couldn't care where the engine's located or which wheels are driven. So why the rear-engined format? 4 reasons specifically. Firstly, it liberates considerably more space inside the car. Although it's 10 centimeters shorter than the outgoing 3-door Twingo, the new 5-door model has an astonishing 33 centimeters extra interior cabin length. Secondly, as Euro NCAP crash testing becomes ever more rigorous, in such a small car there are safety benefits for placing the engine at the back, allowing more space up front for crash protection structures. With the engine located at the back, the front wheels have more space in which to turn, allowing them to achieve angles of 45 degrees in the Twingo, giving it exceptional maneuverability in tight spaces, with the smallest turning circle in its class. Finally, the new Renault Twingo has been developed in conjunction with the next generation of Smart for 2 and for 4 models, the two sharing significant commonality with underpinnings and engines. Petrol power only. Talking of engines, despite Renault's growing expertise in electrical propulsion, no Twingo F is planned, neither is there scope in the near future for a diesel-engined model, with the associated extra cost of purchase and the price of fuel rendering such a version financially uneconomical. Instead, the Twingo has a choice of 2 3-cylinder petrol engines. The 1.0-litre non-turbocharged 70 produces 69 bhp and is better suited for Twingos which will spend the majority of their time in the city, while the 0.9-litre turbocharged 90, with 89 bhp, makes journeys further afield easier to manage. This 70 engine is fitted to Expression, Play and Dynamic trim levels, the latter with standard stop-start functionality, boosting fuel economy to claimed 67.3 miles per gallon, emitting just 95 gkm of CO2. Currently the T90 motor is only available in dynamic guise. All models feature a 5-speed manual gearbox, with a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic due before the end of 2015. Renault has a rich history of producing sporty small cars, and although the company won't confirm whether it will be a fully blown Renault Sport version, a higher performance Twingo is in the pipeline. Customization is key as with its rivals. Renault has recognized that buyers in this segment are craving a greater degree of customization, hence the new Twingo is available with a range of body-side graphics, different colored exterior and interior trim accents and a fabric full-length sunroof for a semi-convertible feel. So is the rear-engined layout a gimmick or are the real benefits that customers will embrace? Read Parker's full new Renault Twingo review to find out. Performance: 3 engines are available from launch, 2 petrol and 1 diesel. All 3 are turbocharged. Petrol engines: the petrol lineup is a choice between a little 0.9-litre engine with 89 bhp familiar from the Clio, or a brand new 1.2-litre unit with 118 bhp. The latter is available only with Renault's dual-clutch automatic EDC-efficient dual-clutch in Renault Speak gearbox, also found in the Clio GT line. It's a smooth and quiet engine on the road and the automatic gearbox swaps ratios in an impressively swift and seamless fashion. Programmed to change up fairly early to save fuel, it can be a little slow to respond if called upon suddenly for overtaking, but a manual override function where you change gear by nudging the chrome-capped gear lever forwards and backwards helps to make progress easier. Overall performance from the 1.2-litre engine will more than meet most drivers' needs. Diesel engines Renault capture performance is also perfectly ample when powered by the 89 bhp, 1.5-litre unit. It's a smooth and tractable engine on the road that's reasonably quiet at normal road speeds. It's paired with a 5-speed manual gearbox that has an impressively smooth and user-friendly action. From April 2015 a higher output version was made available, with 108 bhp. As well as being Euro 6 compliant, the more powerful 1.5-litre unit promised up to 76.4 miles per gallon and emissions as low as 98 gkm, meaning free of tax. An automatic gearbox option for the diesel engine is available from the latter part of 2013. All captures with a manual gearbox, whether petrol or diesel, are equipped with an engine stop and start system as standard, which cuts the engine when the car is stationary and in neutral to help save fuel. To further improve efficiency, a switchable eco mode can be selected via a button in the cabin which adjusts engine settings to save up to 10% in fuel consumption, Renault claims. Handling. Although making a driver's car to delight enthusiasts wasn't a key consideration, the fact is that Renault Twingo handling benefits from the rear-engined, rear-wheel drive layout. Let's be very clear though, electronics and traction control do their best to ensure most city car buyers could be blissfully unaware of the engine's locations or which wheels are receiving its power. Similarly, the Twingo's controls feel a little muted for truly spirited driving. The manual gearbox is a fairly long throw and responds better to gentler ratio changes. The pedals feel light, with the accelerator in particular feeling a little lazy to respond to inputs while the steering lacks much in the way of feel. That's not to say the Twingo does those things badly, it's just keeping to its city-centric brief while emphasized by the 45-degree angle achieved by the front wheels on full lock. It doesn't turn on the proverbial sixpence, but on many roads a 3-point turn could become a distant memory. While the steering's light around town, it adds weight the faster and more demanding the roads are, with good levels of grip and quick responses allowing you to dart this way and that in rapid succession. While the prospect of gently understeering wide into corners remains, the speed at which that happens is considerably higher than the Twingo's rivals. Locating the engine and its inherent weight towards the rear benefits rather than hinders the handling, with no threat of a pendulum effect through corners. In reality most cars in this class have a weight balance of 70 hours 30 minutes, biased towards the front. In the Twingo, it's 45 hours 55 minutes, making it more neutral than its rivals. Weave the Twingo through a series of sweeping bends and it plays along eagerly, showing little evidence of wanting to get out of hand. Just occasionally you'll feel the traction control breaking one of the rear wheels to keep everything in check. It bodes well for the forthcoming higher performance version. Perhaps most remarkable is that despite all this, the Twingo's ride quality is incredibly supple over most surfaces. There's an initial jolt over deeper ruts, but these are soon gathered back together and calm is restored. On Britain's poorly surfaced urbanscapes this will be appreciated. Equipment. Renault's all-new Twingo is available from launch in 3 trim levels: Expression, Play and Dynamique. Standard Renault Twingo equipment opt for the entry-level Twingo Expression, and the level of equipment highlights the paucity of standard kit on its key rivals. Not only will buyers enjoy DAB radio and Bluetooth connectivity, there's also a smartphone cradle and free R&Go app to turn it into a sat-nav, as well as streaming music and monitoring the Twingo's eco-credentials. Additionally, there's Hill Start Assist, remote control central locking, speed limiter, 2 rear head restraints, height adjustable steering wheel, electric front windows. The rear ones hinge outwards on all Twingos, pollen filter, 50 hours 50 minutes split rear seats, 15-inch wheels with silver trims, body-colored bumpers, door handles and mirror housings and LED day running lights. Move up a grade to the Play, which Renault expects to be one of the better-selling Twingos, for a height-adjustable driver's seat, aircon, and two-tone wheel trims that do a decent job of mimicking alloy wheels. Sitting at the top of Twingo hierarchy is the Dynamic, benefiting from additional equipment, such as cruise control, front fog lights, lane departure warning system, stop-start engines, leather key lever and steering wheel, storage pockets in the rear doors, 15-inch exception alloy wheels, electric and heated door mirrors, chrome exterior detailing and pinstripe side decals. Optional Renault Twingo accessories like key rivals, Renault's ensuring that Twingo is customizable with owners being able to choose from a selection of alloy wheel upgrades, interior touch packs changing the color of the steering wheel arms, air vent and center console surrounds, exterior touch packs grille and side molding trim as well as the door mirror caps and an interior style pack to alter the color of the upholstery, door cards and central storage bin lid. Renault's recognized that many customers could find these permutations, along with the 7 body colors, 6 of which are optional shades and finishes, too confusing and has pre-packaged 6 of the ones they foresee as being popular into personality packs, with a choice of fashion, retro racer, party, techno, casual chic and urban. Finally, there's a sport pack, combining the aforementioned touch packs, 16-inch alloy wheel upgrade, partal leather upholstery and aluminium pedals. If you'd like automatic lights, wipers and climate control, they're combined in a reasonably priced convenience pack, optional on the Dynamic models. Further individual options include boot nets, a reversible boot mat, luggage organizer, central front armrest, sun blinds, and the upgraded inbuilt 7-inch Link Evolution infotainment pack with sat-nav and rear camera display. Comfort, the single biggest contributing factor towards the higher Renault Twingo comfort levels, is its ride quality. Renault's managed to stretch out the Twingo's wheels as far as possible into its extremes, meaning it copes far better over bumps and undulations than any other car in this segment, yet doesn't do so at the expense of encouraging wallowy handling. Over harsher ruts, it can tend to thud over them but not with the crashiness of some rivals, and it's soon dealt with. Only very rough roads at higher speeds seem to catch the Twingo out and induce cabin vibrations, but all the trim remains solid and rattle-free. Allowing the 4 occupants to benefit from this smooth ride is a spacious cabin, accessed via the 4 side doors. The front seats are supportive and comfortable, featuring integral headrests, those in the rear a little flatter, but there should be ample space for a 6-footer to sit behind a driver of similar stature. Most models are very well equipped too, featuring technology that not so long ago was the preserve of luxury saloons. It all makes the Twingo easy to live with, as does the relative lightness of the, again, enthusiastic drivers may be a little disappointed in this regard. All barring the entry-level expression model feature aircon, we'd recommend the Play for this reason, and even though the optional climate control is a single temperature zone version, it works well in the Twingo's cabin. Fancy an area feel? Then opt for the full-length canvas sunroof. It's one of the best installations we've come across, with very little wind noise when open as well as feeling resiliently snug when shut. There's some audible wind noise around the tops of the doors, although this is more noticeable as the engine noise is quieter, coming from behind you. Practicality. There's a small compromise to the rear engine layout when it comes to Renault Twingo practicality. Despite efforts to angle the engines and lower their overall height, the boot floor and loading lips 793mm are much higher than all the Twingo's rivals. The boot will take a couple of small suitcases or about 6 bulging supermarket shopping bags easily enough, but its 188-litre capacity falls short of the Citigo MIP's 251 litres and the high-end i10 at 252 litres. This can be extended to 219 liters by placing the rear seat backs at a 90-degree angle, but they don't feel particularly comfortable when you sit on them. Fold the 50 hours 50 minutes seat back over and you'll liberate 980 liters, but the Twingo's party trick is the flat folding front passenger seat, allowing the Renault to accept loads of up to 2.3 meters. Dotted around the cabin are numerous storage bins and solutions totaling 52 liters of capacity, including a removable bag instead of a glove box, rear door pockets, space under the rear seat and a lidded bin in front of the gear lever. There's no front boot under that short bonnet, but access to the car's fluid reservoirs and battery can be found by sliding the plastic body panel forwards. Safety. Although the new Renault Twingo safety levels haven't been assessed by the expert at Euro NCAP, Renault expects the new model to achieve 4 stars. Locating the engine at the back of the car has allowed more of the short, frontal area to be devoted to crash safety, the space absorbing a considerable amount of the impact. Rear-end shunts are catered for by the engine going down and underneath the car in the event of an impact from that direction. Ultra-high-strength steel has been used in key areas of the Twingo's construction. Naturally, airbags are included, with 2 front and 2 side ones fitted as standard, keeping you safe and hopefully away from the scene of an accident in the first place are various electronic measures to keep the car stable, as well as boosting the Twingo's braking performance. Making sure you're visible are high-mounted lights and LED day running lights on all Twingos. The lights can be automatic as an option on dynamic models, as can the wipers. A lane departure warning system is available to preventing you wandering out of lane without indicating your intentions. The rear seat is fitted with ISOFIX child seat mountings, while the front passenger seat can be similarly equipped as an option. Reliability. Although it's too early to be certain, we expect Renault Twingo reliability levels to be high. The company has done much to bolster its reputation for reliability and longevity in recent times, exemplified by higher levels of build quality and fewer warranty claims. Renault's standard 4-year 100,000 warranty isn't class-leading, but it's demonstrative of the faith it has in its products. While the Twingo's 70 engine is all new, it's not as if Renault doesn't know how to build rear-engine cars, although one in this class is unusual. For now at least. The more familiar TS90 motor is well regarded and appears to have a solid reliability record too.